Let's focus on some of the things that could potentially happen. So they're likely going to they're going to either trade or release Porter. Could you see them pairing him with somebody like Andre Drummond, because the Jack trade gives them the ability to do some things, or Jared Allen trade rather gives them the ability to do some things with a big man. What do you think they could get if they pair Kevin Porter Jr. and Andre Drummond? Is that a realistic thing, or?
Well, I think that's their hope. I think the Cavs are hoping that they don't have to go down the path of releasing him. I think he makes around $1.7 million. They picked up his contract option before this season. That also goes to show kind of the belief that the organization still had in him. Despite the troubles that he had this offseason, they still picked up his contract option at the same time that they did with Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Dylan Windler, the other young guys. Right? They still brought him back to practice on Thursday, hoping that would help him. They allowed him to sit on the bench on Friday night during the New York Knicks game, believing that would help him as well. So, they were hoping that he could get it figured out and he could be a member of this moving forward. Now he's going to be somewhere else. I don't know where. I don't know his value in the NBA, Dave, because on one hand, obviously, he's a really talented kid. He was a first-round pick for a reason. There are a lot of people that felt in the 2019 draft he had top 5, top 10 type potential, and he fell to the back end of the first round because of the off-the-court stuff. Maybe you can attach him to JaVale McGee, Andre Drummond, and get something. That would be better for the Cavs, obviously, than just cutting him. But I talked to an opposing executive earlier today that said, if he's not already on his last legs in the NBA, he's going to get one more shot with one more team, and that's probably it. So he's going to have to make better decisions wherever that place is that he goes. You know how this goes oftentimes, Dave. Teams are willing to gamble on talent, and then if it becomes too much, then they move on as well. I think he probably gets at least one more shot, because he is still so young. He does have so much talent. But the value that the Cavs would get back for him is not a lot at this point in time. And that's why, like you said, maybe they attach him to Andre Drummond, JaVale McGee, and then KPJ is considered by another team some kind of sweetener in that particular deal.
Let's